Sweet. I think it's started recording. Awesome. All right. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the consultation toolbox today. As your safety advisor and as part of my cert for my WHS training, I'll be leading us through some key safety updates on how green tech manufacturing can apply better safety practices and what's been happening in the safety world. Perfect. Today we'll cover legal responsibilities of the WHS Act 2020. We'll also be covering the WHS regulations of 2022. We'll be looking at penalties for non-compliance, the powers of WorkSafe inspectors. We'll also be reviewing our new resolution flowchart, our hazard report cards, our WHS policy updates, as well as the launch of our first Safety First newsletter. Any questions so far or anything?
No, sounds good.
No, all sounds good. Perfect. Quick brief. So the purpose of this toolbox is to inform. It's not to consult. So I want to hear your ideas and experiences as well. You guys are the workers on the ground. Perfect. Should we get started? Awesome. So we'll start off with the legislative responsibilities. So under the WHS Act of 2022, everyone has responsibilities. The person conducting business undertakings, so they have the primary duty of care to provide safe workplace and manage risk. Next, we have the officers. So these are such as our managers that must exercise due diligence. So that means they must actively verify that all our systems are working, especially on the production line. Next, we have supervisors, which enforce safe work practices. And can you guys think of one more? Workers?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would be the responsibility of you guys?
Having safety for the work that we're undertaking and for those around us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you guys as well to take responsible care for your own safety and the safety of the other workers around you. Has anyone noticed a situation recently where something felt unsafe?
Yeah, when the new chemical was introduced, there was no SDS available.
Yeah. So our safety data sheets. So that's a perfect example of why consultation is critical. So under Section 47 of the WHS Act, the person conducting business undertakings must consult workers, which is you guys, and their health and safety representatives when introducing new processes or substances. So if this was done properly, we would have had an SES for the new chemical showing the correct procedure, handling, and PPE for that chemical. Perfect. Penalties for non-compliance. So under the regulation 344 of the Work Health and Safety regulations, failing to provide an SDS carries a penalty of up to $35,000 for the corporate body. Yeah. Do you think penalties like this impact how management prioritizes safety?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think they take it more seriously. Like, they can't ignore the safety issues with a penalty like that.
Yeah, perfect. So exactly. Enforcement isn't just about punishment, it's about accountability. And that's accountability from the person conducting business undertakings to make a safe work environment for you by giving you all the correct tools and procedures to follow. Perfect. We're going to have a look at inspector functions. So if a workplace safety inspector visits green tech manufacturing, they can review our documents, policies, and training records, talk directly with workers and safety practices, issue enforcement under sections 191 and 209 of the WHS Act. And this includes notices, prohibition notices, and non-disturbance notices. So if an inspector was approached and you approached you and asked, how are you involved in safety here? What would you say?
I'd say I'd report the hazard through the card system, but it would be good to have a bit more training so that we're all across the process.
Yeah, perfect. That shows awareness and initiative by reporting the hazards and using our hazard report cards. And that's what we're currently consulting at the moment, is how to bring in more training so all our workers are up to date with that, including managers, supervisors, and the person undertaking the business. So that's what we're reviewing at the moment, and that's what we'll discuss in the Safety First newsletter as well that we're rolling out. Also kind of leads into our next kind of topic, which is our issue resolution flowchart. Have you guys seen the flowchart yet?
Yeah, on the notice board.
Yeah, on the notice board. Perfect. So our new resolution flowchart outlines how safety concerns are managed step by step. So workers identify a hazard and report it to their supervisor. If it's fixed immediately, it's signed off within 24 hours. If unresolved, we'll then refer it to the safety committee. There it's got 7 days to be amended and fixed. If the issue continues, the HSR, which is our health and safety representative, may issue a provisional improvement notice, which we call a PIN, and this can escalate to WorkSafe WA. And this is all supported by the Regulation 22 of the WHS. Perfect. How confident do you guys feel about concerns would now be followed up properly? Do you think this is helps in the workplace and that is now a bit more accountability?
I feel it's much better. I feel like there's a process now, and I feel like we can hold people accountable to that process, and it won't just get lost in the day-to-day busyness.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So the issues won't go unresolved now. It should always have a follow-up, and then it's been signed off by management. And if that's not, then we can move back and then we have that accountability to it. And it's all in documentation, which is good too.
Sounds good.
The other thing with the issue is we have the hazard report card. As you said on the notice board as well, we also have the hazard report cards down there. It's a simple, visual and accessible, especially for workers that prefer images over text, as well as different cultural backgrounds and literacy. So when you see something unsafe, you can fill out the date, the department where you've seen it, a short description. We've also included spots where we can put photos, because photos make it a lot more easy to identify and explain it. The potential risks that are involved, as well as suggestions that you think that we could fix it, and then your name and who reported it. Yeah, what would make it easier for everyone to use these cards regularly? What do you guys think? Thoughts where we can update the process?
I think maybe if you use drop-down boxes, so you can just pre-fill it with the drop-down, make it a bit easier to fill it in.
Yeah, perfect. So we are trying to look at digitalizing them a little bit more. We've also still got the ones that's handwritten in that, just so it's easy to grab and easy to find on the notice boards. But yeah, we can definitely look at digitalizing them. And we also got ones in different languages as well, so everyone be able to, yeah. Perfect. So we can bring that up to the safety committee about digitalizing and using drop-down boxes for more efficiency. Awesome. Next one is the WHS policy update. So we've updated GTM's WHS policy to align with the latest legislative requirements and consultation expectations. So the key updates within this: mandatory consultation before introducing new plant, chemicals or processes. This goes back to the SDS as well that we've just had, that near miss. So obviously there's accountability there in the fines. Also reflecting back on their issue resolution chart, supervisors must review hazards within 24 hours and give feedback. And then it's escalated into the safety committee and then 7 days. And we've also brought in the inclusion of mental health and wellbeing as part of our health and safety framework.
That's good.
Talking on mental health and wellbeing, as this is kind of a new part of our process, what kinds of wellbeing initiatives would help you guys and your teams manage stress or fatigue better?
I think being part of a toolbox talks, like focusing on stress, sleep, and wellbeing check-ins, and the impact of that on your day-to-day work.
Perfect. Lisa, have you got anything for wellbeing initiatives?
Just maybe focus on a topic each week.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. So new topic each week and having it in their toolbox to discuss. And then educating around that. And then that way we also want to hear from the workers of what you guys think about what wellbeing initiatives. So we're directly helping you guys as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Next we have our Safety First newsletter. So we've just issued this out and rolled out. It celebrates safety improvements, highlights lessons from incidents and success stories as well. The first edition focused on the chemical and the SDS that was missed. And it was showing how the worker reported, preventing a serious incident from happening. We really wanted to incorporate in the safety examples where we could have transparency, as well as kind of show where we can improve, and we're listening to workers about improving. And that's available on emails, notice boards, and in printed copies. And then, like you said, each week we'll also bring in the mental health initiative, and we can include that into it too by focusing on a different topic. What topic would you feel would feature in future editions? What's your thoughts and opinions?
Maybe like near misses, because we never really know like what is a near miss and like how to report that, and like practical safety pieces and not just the big incidents at work. Yeah.
And I think with the near misses, we're not trying to call people out either. So we're not going to be putting the names out there or anything. We just want to have that further training so everyone is aware on the same page and understands the safety. And as we kind of go back into the duty of care, is you guys have a duty of care to you as the workers and the workers around you. And we're a team at the end. So I think it's more just emphasizing that. Perfect. So we can include the near miss of sections. And that's pretty it for the toolbox. We'll just close up and summarize what we've kind of gone through today. So we started with the responsibilities under the WHS Act and the regulations. We looked at penalties for non-compliance and the importance of accountability. What was next was the resolution flowcharts, issue resolution flowcharts. So that's a nice clear picture and making sure that we have the accountability to report all the hazards. And they're not just getting lost, they're getting followed up with documentation. Then we went over the hazard report card, which also kind of leads into the issue resolution chart. And Lisa, you had the great idea of doing drop-down boxes for the hazard report card as well. And then we looked at mental health and well-being, bringing in new topics and including that into the Safety First newsletter. As well as we looked at our policy updates. How else can we make these systems easier for you guys and more useful?
I think continuing these like open discussions and like they help and like everybody feels like they're being heard now.
Yeah, perfect. Agree. And having more input from you guys to voice your concerns and queries or any processes or anything like that. Perfect. So I think we'll wrap that up. Thanks, everyone. The feedback is exactly what the consultation is about in the toolbox. I hope I learned some things from you guys, and I hope you guys learned some things about the new policy. And awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, John.